Hello and welcome. In this video I'm going to show you how to make a Swiss meringue buttercream that you can use to pipe on your cakes, cupcakes, etc. What I love most about Swiss meringue buttercream is that it's actually very easy to make and only requires a couple of ingredients, and you get a fantastic buttercream texture and flavour at the end of it. So I have here 1 1/4 cups of caster sugar, 5 egg whites, 450 grams of butter, and I'll be making a vanilla buttercream today, so I also have my vanilla bean paste, which has all the vanilla seeds in it. Now, one of the biggest questions I get asked when it comes to buttercream is how do I make buttercream really white? And the trick with white buttercream is simply the butter that you use. So I found often things such as the sort of no frills style or your basic butters can be quite yellow. The best butter that I have found has been Lurpak, which is the Danish butter. It is probably as pale as butters come. It is more expensive than some of your no frills or your basic brand butters, but if you're looking for a really a really clean white sort of colouring to your buttercream, I do suggest that you spend a little bit more on the whiter butters. So give different butters a try. Depending on where you are, you might find different brands have different colourings for you, but that's what works for me. The other great thing with this recipe is that it's really easy to increase or decrease as needed. So for every 1 egg, you have 1/4 cup of sugar, 90 grams of butter. So you can, if you need more or less, you can adjust it as needed without sort of having to worry about half eggs or anything like that. For my tools today, I'm going to be using my stand mixer with the whisk attachment. I'll also be using a saucepan as a double boiler. Let's get started. In the bowl of my stand mixer, I've added my egg whites and my sugar. And I have a saucepan on the stove which has a little bit of water in it, which is merrily boiling away. Now, we're going to be using the saucepan as a double boiler, so I don't want too much in the saucepan. I don't want the water touching the bottom of my bowl. It's just to provide a little bit of heat so that we can dissolve our sugar and heat the egg whites so that they are safe. So I'm just going to pop the bowl on top of my saucepan, and using just a hand whisk, I'm going to whisk them together until the mixture, when it rubs through my fingers, is completely smooth and all the sugar has dissolved. Once my egg mixture is smooth between my fingers, I'm going to take it straight from the saucepan and pop it onto my stand mixer. As I said, with my whisk attachment. And on one of the highest speeds that I have on my stand mixer, I'm going to beat it until it becomes firm meringue. You know that your meringue is done when it holds its peaks, and if I take off my whisk attachment, so you can see that the meringue holds itself, it's not going anywhere. I could even take my bowl and I can turn it upside down and nothing comes out. And that's how I know that our meringue is ready to go. While the meringue is still warm, I'm going to be adding my butter in. I'm just going to use a spatula and I'm going to put it in a piece at a time and then mix it through so that it is well combined. When I've finished beating all of that together, buttercream should come together and hold itself as a frosting would. So again, like it did with the meringue, that buttercream is now holding quite firm. And you can see that it's also very silky. And you can actually leave your buttercream as it is like that. It would literally just be buttercream. It would only have really the butter and meringue flavour to it. But I'm going to add some flavour to it. And here is where you can also add any colours or any sort of flavouring that you want to. As I said, I'm going to be adding some vanilla, and I'm using a vanilla bean paste. So this is more concentrated than, say, a vanilla essence. This has been taken from from actual entire vanilla beans. So I'm going to add a teaspoon of our vanilla into the buttercream. And I've completed my vanilla Swiss meringue buttercream. So you can see again, it's got those lovely little vanilla bean seeds in it. It holds very firm and it's lovely silky smooth. And I have a piping bag with a tip in it. And now I can simply scoop my buttercream into my piping bag and pipe away.